Available now on Blu-ray from Arrow Home Video is Incredible But True. This is a 2022 film from the director of the film Rubber, about the killer tire, and Deerskin, about a jacket, and many other things that I have not seen. Quentin, I'm gonna mispronounce this, and it's not out of disrespect. Quentin Dupieux? Quentin. So I did not like Rubber. I saw Rubber when it came out. It seemed like a silly, ridiculous premise. And yes, I know I'm getting a movie about a killer tire. Tire, as in Goodyear or Pirelli. And it wasn't what I wanted it to. It wasn't what I wanted in a killer tire movie. I really didn't like it. So when I was given this disc of Incredible But True, I saw it was the same director, and I went, because I've not seen anything else from him. I have been wanting to watch Deerskin for a good long while, mostly because I enjoy the lead of the film, but I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. So anyway, Incredible But True. What is this movie about? It's super quirky. I kind of really liked Incredible But True. Getting ahead of myself here, but I really enjoyed this. So a couple, an older couple, is looking at a new house to buy, and the what do you call it? The real estate agent says, there's one more thing I want to show you. Come into the basement with me. And they go, come into the basement with me. And there's this hatch, this like wood trap door in the floor, and it opens up to like a tube that goes down into the floor with a ladder. And he's like, I need to show you something. I have to show you, I can't tell you. And they're really dubious, but he's like, what's gonna happen? I'm the real estate agent. It really looks like a setup for a serial killer movie. So they take the couple down the hatch, and where the ladder goes down to emerge is on the second floor of the house. Wait, this is impossible. And it's 12 hours later. The real estate agent explains to them that when you go down the hatch, you wind up on the second floor, and it is 12 hours later, but you are now 3 days younger. So this is kind of a sci-fi movie in a way, but like a mega low-key sci-fi. It's really about what this schism, hatch, whatever you want to call it, does to the relationship of this couple. As I said, they're middle-aged or a little beyond middle-aged, and the wife sees it as a way to get younger. So for the duration of this film, you just see the wife appearing and then going back down the hatch and then looking in a mirror and doing this and going back down a hatch. And she spends a little bit of time with her husband, who's still going to work every day and has no interest in repeatedly going down the hatch and getting 3 days younger every 12 hours. But she declares that her dream is to become a famous fashion model, so she just keeps doing this. And as she's doing it, she sort of becomes more and more obsessed and unhinged, and he's just sort of leading his life, only occasionally seeing her, once every 12 hours as she's on her way back down, maybe to grab a bite to eat, but also on her way back down the hatch. So there's that, which is interesting and fascinating, and it is a study in human dynamics and what would you do. But then at the same time, we do have a scene early on where the couple has dinner with another couple who is the husband's boss, and this guy announces that he has just had an electronic mail member installed, basically a robo dinghy installed in his front pant area. And the couple is just amazed, and it's this amazing thing, and he had to go to China to do it, and it's not approved here, but it gives him, what did he say, remote control or something like that. It lets you steer it, he said. So you cut back and forth with that man and that couple and how they interact with this couple, and it's not really that tawdry, really, but it just gets progressively more hilarious as the robo-dinghy starts to malfunction, and then he has to try to go back to China to get it repaired. And you're cutting back and forth with that and this woman who's repeatedly getting 3 days younger. So the director doesn't make normal movies. He makes odd films that have their own sets of rules. Apparently they're all 75 minutes, which makes me want to watch more of these, because my God, can we use more movies that are less than an hour and a half or less these days. And it's great. I thought this was wonderful. It's in French. So it's subtitled. Not that that's a big deal. There are pretty long stretches of this film where there's no dialogue. And it just tells its story visually. And it's not even flashy visually. There's no special effects in this. It is kind of a brilliant sci-fi premise and way to do a lot of sci-fi I've seen. There are movies where you can do sci-fi, you can do time travel and things like that, and you don't really need CGI. You just need good writing, and that's what this has. So this movie was wonderful. It was hilarious, a little bit thought-provoking, and just starting to do the math. I'm like, so if I lost 3 days, but it took in the scheme of reality 12 hours. How long would you have? How much time would you lose to the normal world to impact any actual physical? I don't know. It's interesting. Makes you think, which any good sci-fi does. So I will read from my notes as to what the extras are. There weren't a lot of extras on this, but that was okay. You get an image gallery. You get. Oh no, that's the wrong sheet. I don't have the sheet in front of me. You had an interview with the director, and you had an interview with the stars, and you had a making of, and it was all very interesting. The stars talk about, working with the director, and a lot of times when you get these little extras where the stars are talking about the movie, it's just like, my character is somebody who wants this, and that's okay. And if you love the movie, that's interesting. But I love it when it gets a little bit deeper than that, and this does, because these are intelligent films. Films are incredibly silly, but there's a pretty big brain behind them. So you get a lot of discussion about the film and the director. It's probably roughly about an hour's worth of extras on here, even though when you pop up the menu, there's only like 3 menu buttons. It was really, really good. So I would highly recommend, out now on Blu-ray from Arrow Home Video, Incredible But True.